a lot of different shiny toys, objects that can distract us. But if we broke our business all the way down to its core and we realize, hey, what is that one thing that our company can do every day to help our company grow efficiently and effectively? That's where the brick concept comes in.
What's the number one secret to building, a good operating system for a business?
Yeah, so we have a saying, and it's how do you build an empire? By laying one brick at a time. And so we talk about the brick concept. So the brick concept is, and I won't go into the entire story, but there was a time back when businesses were booming. They're starting to build. Manhattan is right across the river from Newark, New Jersey. And if you look, both of them really started building their cities right at the same time. Newark had a leg up. They had, their banks were dredged enough. They had enough for cargo ships and ships to come in. They're set to be the center of commerce for the Western world. But what Newark got caught up on is they wanted different architectural designs. They wanted all these specialty materials, different things like that, when there was a brick factory right up the river from both them and Manhattan. So while Newark was focused on the different architectural designs and trying to make it look as beautiful and pretty as possible, all Manhattan was trying to do was just build their buildings as quickly as possible. That way they could fill them and get people in. So if you'll go to the actual Hell's Kitchen area of Manhattan, that downtown area, you'll see the goldish, brownish discolored bricks, but those are the actual original bricks that the city of Manhattan was used and was built with. And Manhattan obviously now is the epicenter for business in the Western world from the Eastern world, but it wasn't originally set up to be that way. And it's because they focused on that just laying a brick instead of worry about everything else. In business, and that correlates in business. There's a lot of different shiny toys, objects that can distract us. But if we broke our business all the way down to its core and we realize, hey, what is that one thing that our company can do every day to help our company grow efficiently and effectively? That's where the brick concept comes in. So, another example is, think of a river when it's got a current, and when the river is wide, the current's kind of flowing, you don't really see how fast it's going. But once that river really starts to narrow, that current really starts to pick up and it becomes a lot faster. And that's what we're doing with your brick, is we're really dialing all the way in on a micro level, at a micro scale, seeing what that is, and then building your systems and processes off of that. So that's really what we talk about.
Excellent. Yeah. And again, you can figure this out by going to empireom.com, and they have a free course that you can take the course. If you use the code CGTS for capital gains tax, which is CGTS, and you can check that out. And so it's a software behind the system to build your empire, and it's Empire Toolbox, and they have all kinds of courses and different things and coaches to help you out. And excellent. So the first step is to really focusing on that big domino, if you will, right, Jim? Like, what's that big domino that's going to move your business forward? Manhattan, focused on, like, it was just bricks, just get more bricks and build more buildings, right? Yeah. And the rest of the commerce will come. So what do you feel like the number two secret is once you figured out what your next big brick is, or system is set up to do to build?
Yeah, really. So that next step from realizing where your brick is to look at your SIPOC, and I'll explain the acronym in a second. But you look at your SIPOC to see what your core processes need to be. Each business, each company has anywhere from 5 to 10 core processes. So SIPOC stands for supply, input, process, output, customer. So supply is, where your leads are coming in, where your leads are going out and generating the leads. Your input is how you're getting those leads into your system. Your process, where that P is, that's where your solution meets that customer's problem, where you're, in real estate, we're talking real estate here. When for an investor or a company like that, your solution typically lies in signing a contract, getting a contract signed. That's where your solution meets that customer's problem. The output is the performance, and then the customer, the C for customer is, besides a referral customer, the best customer to have is a repeat customer. How do you repeat that customer? So by doing that, by looking at your SIPOC and doing that, from that, you're able to define your 5 to 10 different core processes. And that's where 80%, we say 80% of your business should be able to be processed and identified from your SIPOC, and then the rest, that third layer would be an accountability chart to really layer out the sub processes and the rest of those processes that we need to identify.
Okay. So I've heard another acronym, ACDC, right? Which is attract, convert, deliver, collect, right?
Yeah.
And so I see how some of these kind of overlap a bit here. Okay, so you want to identify your SIPOC and
Yep.
what are those 5 to 10 core processes?